Soft choral hums begin. Echoes of wisdom, stories untold, legends of old, in voices bold. Tenfold timeless tales, where magic unfolds, adventure awaits in every fold. Choral hums fade, join the journey, let the magic behold.
Welcome to Temple Timeless Tales, where ancient wisdom flows like rivers through time. And every story echoes with the voice of the ancestors. If you've journeyed with us so far, you know. This is no ordinary tale. This is a river story. A girl's story. A people's story. In part 3, the river remembers. We watched as Zina stepped into the cave of echoes. A place where only the brave or the foolish enter. And only the chosen return. She came face to face with the spirit of the past. And the river gave her something no oracle could. A truth too heavy for most hearts. But now, she has returned. Changed. Awakened. And her return does not bring peace. No. It brings silence. The kind of silence that comes before the storm. Let us begin. The dawn came to Noma, but it came differently. The sky cracked open without its usual color. The sun rose not with joy, but reluctance. As if even the heavens feared what this day might become. The village awoke in whispers. Children stirred but did not play. Fires burned low, as if unsure whether they should feed their flames. Even the goats bleated quieter than usual. It was a silence too heavy for a morning. And into that silence, she walked. Zina. She returned not with a shout, not with celebration. She returned like mist at daybreak, soft, slow, undeniable. But something within her had changed. The girl they knew was gone. In her place walked a woman who had seen something sacred. Something terrifying. And lived. She moved like prophecy wrapped in skin. No smile. No flinch. No apology. Her steps echoed on the earth like quiet thunder. The people watched, but none dared speak aloud. From behind wooden shutters and woven cloths, they peered out. The kind eyes of neighbors were now wide with caution. Some with awe. Others with fear. She entered the cave of echoes, a voice trembled. And came back untouched. No, another corrected. She came back, changed. Glowing, they say. But Zina said nothing. She heard every word. Every whisper sown behind her back. Every doubt and declaration. She let them bloom in the silence like ghost flowers. She did not speak. Because she no longer needed to. Let them wander. The river, she knew, needed no permission to flow. And yet, there was one who did not whisper. He did not wander. He did not wait. He plotted. Obaduma, the ruler with eyes of fire and fingers of silk. He sat upon his throne not with peace, but with possession. He had heard of Zina's return before the crows could carry it. And he smiled. But it was not a smile of welcome. It was the smile of a man who hears thunder and plans to greet it with fire. So, he said to no one in particular. The girl wishes to wear the voice of the river. He laughed, low and slow. Then let her learn the price of sacred games. He did not raise his voice. He did not summon the village. Instead, he sent for Yole, the seer, the shadow, the blind woman who saw too much. And as the messenger vanished into the mountains, the air in Noma grew stiller, as though the trees themselves held back their leaves, as though something ancient had been disturbed. Far away, high in the Ashra cliffs, Yole opened her eyes before the messenger even arrived. Eyes that had no pupils, no color, only the whiteness of memory and madness. She had been waiting. Her hands moved in circles above glowing embers. Her lips curled into a smile that chilled even the fire. The river stirs, she whispered. And the girl dares to ripple it. Then louder. Let the flames dance. I am coming. Back in Noma, Zina sat at the edge of the river once more. But not as a student. As one who had heard its voice. Who had felt its pull in her blood. Beside her, the wise woman, Mama Ebele, remained silent. She handed Zina a bowl of river water, smooth as glass, cool as truth. Zina dipped her fingers in. And the river spoke. Not with one voice, but with many. A chorus of women, of ancestors, of water spirits long forgotten. She wears fire, they said, but her soul is shadow. She knows your name, daughter. She knows your doubt. She is coming. Zina gasped. Visions struck her like lightning to bone. Yole's face floating in darkness. Obaduma's laughter echoing in burning halls. Children running. Smoke rising. A scream that had not yet happened. And still, she did not run. Her heart trembled, but her spirit did not yield. You knew this would come, she told herself. The river flows toward storms, not away from them. That night, she stood before a gathering. Not warriors. Not elders. But girls. Young. Innocent. Afraid. Yet in their eyes, she saw flickers of something rare. Possibility. They told you your voice is too soft, she said. They told you your strength is borrowed. She stepped closer, her voice firm, but gentle. They lied. The girls said nothing. But their silence was no longer the silence of fear. It was the silence before a song. And Zina taught them. She did not raise an army. She planted something far more dangerous. Memory. Chants older than the throne. Symbols carved not in stone, but in breath and heartbeat. Songs not written down, but etched in spirit. They would not remember her as a fighter. They would remember her as a mirror. And in that reflection, they would see themselves, not as shadows of men, but as rivers waiting to rise. But Noma was not asleep. That very night, a crow fell dead at the shrine. Its eyes glowed red before they dimmed. The wind refused to blow. The trees groaned in warning. And even the river slowed. Yole had arrived. Her presence, a weight on the land. Her hands dancing above a circle of flame. Her voice a whisper that called like smoke into the hearts of those not yet ready. Let the girl come, she said. I will burn her truths until they scream. Zina sat alone at the riverbank that night. Stars twinkled above, but her gaze was not on them. She heard the echoes of Mama Ebele's teachings. Not words, but wisdom. Not warnings, but a whisper of courage. The wise woman had taught Zina many things. But now, the river itself would teach her how to fight. And when a river fights, it does not roar, it rises. Zina does not know what comes next, but the earth does, the river does, and far beyond the edges of Numa, the flames have already begun to dance. Obaduma sharpens his silence into weapons. Yole gathers shadows like breath. And deep inside the heart of the girls Zina has stirred, something ancient begins to beat. This is no longer just a village tale. It is the beginning of a reckoning, a rising. And the river is not done speaking. So, if you feel the tremble beneath your feet, if you've heard the hush of wind just before it howls, then you know, part 5 is coming, and in it, the fire will meet the flood. Thank you for listening to Temple Timeless Tales. If this story moved you, share it, speak it, keep it alive. Subscribe to the channel and join us as we journey deeper. Because every tale you hear here is more than a story. It's memory. It's magic. It's yours. Until the next ripple, stay timeless.
With colors of light splashed across the sky, in this journey together, we'll always fly. Together we'll laugh, together we'll cry. In the rhythm of life, we'll soar high. With each melody, we'll ignite the nights. In the harmony of friendship, everything's right. Thank you, dear friend, for sharing this time. More tales await, legends sublime. Like, share, subscribe, stay on this ride. Together we'll journey, hearts open wide. More take you, dear friend, for sharing this time. More tales await, legends sublime. Like, share, subscribe, stay on this ride. Together we'll journey, hearts open wide.